In this podcast, I talk about how to start a career, especially if you're a recent immigrant. I've talked a lot about product management, as I am a product manager myself with over 10 years of experience. Today, we're going to learn about another high paying and in demand role, business analyst. And we will talk about how to become a business analyst and start earning six-figure salaries. Don't miss it. I'm Anna Naumova, a principal product manager at Oxygen and ex-product manager at Apple, career coach, and the host of this channel Coast podcast. If you need support with your resume, LinkedIn profile, or career transition in tech, please visit annanaumova.com for more information. All right, my guest today is Eno Eka, a business analyst and entrepreneur who moved from Nigeria and launched her business analysis school in Canada and became a highly recognized woman in North America with a lot of awards. For example, Canada's Most Powerful Woman Award winner. Hi, Eno. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Anna. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to have this chat with you. You're an amazing woman, too.
Thank you. And I love your glasses. I'm a glass
Thank
person.
you.
You can see, like, I
Yeah.
have multiple glasses, and I like really like, oh my God, this is fancy. I have like maybe like 10 pairs of glasses, not
Me
here.
too.
Yeah. So, and I love like your red glasses because it matched perfectly with your lips. Yeah. Lipstick.
Lipstick.
Yeah. And with my hair, probably. Yeah.
I love your hair. I told you, love your hair.
Thank you. So, please walk me through your background and your career
Mhm.
path.
Absolutely. So Anna, I'd love to do that. Hi everyone listening. My name is Eno Eka, as Anna shared, and I actually studied accounting. So I don't know what course you studied, Anna, but I went to school to study accounting because I love math. And I graduated from accounting, started working as an accountant. Um, I worked in the FMCG industry. I worked in construction. At some point, I just got bored and just doing the same thing over and over again. It was really monotonous. And I was working as a project accountant. So I was kind of involved in project management, but more on the finance side. I really liked what the PMs were doing. I was interested in what they were doing. So I used to ask the PM questions. Why you do this? Why are you using this tool? Why are you using these words? What did they mean? And so I was curious about project management. I went and took a class in project management. So I told the project manager, and he was like, I think you would be better suited for business analysis because the kind of questions you ask me and the things you do on this project, there are a lot more business analysis focused and related. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So I went back to my PM school and I said, do you have like a course of business analysis? And they said yes. And then I took the course and I started doing my research on business analysis. And I was like, oh my God, I have been doing this for the longest time, right? I'll be recommending solutions, talking to stakeholders, doing things above my pay grade, in fact, implementing new solutions, recommending all those things. I'm like, you know what? This is the career path. This is what I'm going to do. I don't have to go back to school. I'm just going to make that career transition. Everyone called me crazy for for saying I was going to do that. And I kept saying, oh, I want to work in tech. Tech, it's the next thing, blah, blah, blah. Tech is going to blow up, blah, blah, blah. People are like, oh, go and work in consulting. You studied accounting, go to one of the big fours. I'm like, no, I want to work in tech. And so I started, get training, certification, take a lot of coaching courses, learn about data, SQL, improve my Excel skills, got my CBAP certification, got into Agile and Scrum, and I was just like a sponge, soaking up and soaking, finding about product ownership, product management. And then I moved to Canada a couple years after. And then, things just even blew up for me because I realized I was in a place where, it was really appreciated to be a business analyst. And that really took off. In 6 months of being here, got my first six-figure job, got my first job as a business data analyst, moved into a business analyst specialist role. and then moved into consulting. And then people are like, how did you do it? How did you do it? And that's how the BA school came about. So that's kind of like the short version of my journey.
Yeah, and we will definitely talk about the difference between project management, product management, and business
Yeah.
analysis. Yeah, and we'll definitely talk about courses because you mentioned that we were stocking some information and passing a lot of courses. So we'll talk about it about definitely later. So, what's the role of a business analyst? Can you explain that,
Mm.
please?
For sure. So the role of the business analyst is to review what we currently have, right? So look at the current processes we have, review the needs that we have in the organization. Needs come about all the time. So needs could be a problem, right? Maybe our customers are complaining about maybe we don't have an online presence and they have to drive down to our store and they're asking for ways that they can shop from us. So that's a problem. So do we want to build a mobile app? Do we want to create a website? So we're looking at the needs and we're looking at the solutions to those needs, right? We're looking at, okay, is there an opportunity, right? Maybe we want to merge, we want to acquire a smaller company, we want to move into a new country, we want to do something like that. So we look at the needs of the organization, and then we document what those requirements would be. We analyze what the change would be, and then we recommend a solution. So we say, okay, these are our recommendations. We of course say this is our best recommendation. Of course, once the organization says yes, we're going ahead with this. This is going to give us the return on investment. We move forward with working with our stakeholders, delivering value, and that's where whether we're working with developers, SMEs, product managers, project managers, we're getting into the project work. And then once the project is done, we've delivered the solution. That's the amazing part about business analysis, that we go back and we do what we call solution evaluation. So we evaluate that solution. Is it working as it's supposed to be? The website, are people how many users do we have? How many people downloaded our apps, right? How many people are using it to buy? Are we getting this return that we wanted? Do people like it? What features do people don't like? Are there bugs and all those things? So we're constantly evaluating, the solutions, and we're discovering new needs every time. And we're basically going back to the drawing board. So that's kind of like the role of a business analyst in any industry, at all.
Hmm. Interesting, because I've heard a lot of overlap with product management and project
Yes.
management. Yeah, because
Yes.
so from my point of view, like I've been working in tech for 10 years, and product
Mm,
managers usually responsible for that, understanding the needs. And
mm-hmm.
but project management manager is responsible for delivering a good solution. So
Yes.
what the key difference between business analyst, product
Mhm.
manager, and project manager? And how do you
Absolutely.
actually communicate and work with all those roles?
Yeah, yes. So there is definitely some overlap for sure. With BA, product owner, product manager, there's definitely that overlap. Right now, we even have product analysts, which is also another job title, product analyst, right? And there's that overlap as well with project. So let's start with project management. So project management is basically a project has a start date and an end date. The project manager is focused on the delivery of that project, right? How we're going to do it, the resource planning, the schedule planning, all of those things, budget planning, quality, time, all of that. The project manager is focused on delivering that project. The business analyst, however, starts work from pre-project. So before the
Mm-hmm.
project starts, the BA already starts working. That's what we call the pre-project. And that's where we're documenting like our business case. And we're saying, okay, this is what we want to do. This is this is what it's going to cost us. What is the benefit to the organization? What is going to be the return on investment? Do we recommend that this project actually is kicked off or not? Or do we hold off for now? Or do we, hire a consultant, or so that's where we look at this solution. Do we really need it right now? So for example, if we had an existing solution in the company and we wanted to maybe wanted to build, wanted to, outsource. So that's where we look at all the multiple solution options. So pre-project is where we start our work. And then when the project starts, we come on the project and work with the PM. So the PM has the project management plan. The BA has the BA plan, which is basically, hey, Mr. Project Manager, I know you want to deliver this project, but here are all my our requirements from our stakeholders. So you want to make sure you have all these things. This button needs to be here. This drop down needs to be here. This form needs to be here, all of that. So we are creating those mock-ups and telling the PMs, yes, I know you want to deliver, but I'm going to actually need your developers to get things done according to my requirements. So that's where we're working with the implementation team, whether it's developers, front end, back end, data analysts, business intelligence analysts, whoever the technical team are, we're giving them our requirements, we're testing for bugs, all of that with them. We're working on our backlog. We use Agile as well. So we use Jira, we use Confluence. We also use diagramming tools to actually map out our processes and all of that. So we're working, with the team throughout, and of course, making sure that we're aligned with the project management plan. Once the project is delivered, right? The project manager delivers the project, lessons learned, turns in his project, moves on to the next. We don't stop at the end of the project. We do what we call post-implementation evaluation, right? So after the implementation, we do an evaluation again. So we have a timeline, whether it's 3 months or a month or 2, we're providing post-implementation support and evaluation. So at the end, we're still coming back to say, is this working? Are there some new bugs? Is there something that we can improve on? Do we need to add in more features? Do we need another kind of like sub project after this? So that's kind of what the BA does. With product management, however, I like to explain product management.
I'm just really so listening to you understand that BA is closer to product management because as a product manager, I am doing like pre-project, like a lot of things like before the product is actually going to project manager to be delivered. And as a product manager, I'm managing a backlog. Like I'm understanding like the creating a roadmap, the strategy,
writing the user story,
writing in user story, and I do have like post implementation evaluation, analysis, like statistic data, and like do this in iteration back if you need to like add something new, like and or maybe research something. What's the difference between BA and product management?
Good question. So the difference between with BA and product management is that product management starts from the ideation phase of that product, right? When it's just an idea, basically, that's where product management literally starts from, right? So the product manager is working with the company from that ideation phase. Like, is this a good idea? Let's do some market research. Let's do some, let's, survey the market. Let's use whatever tools we need to even just kind of like see. And that's where you can do like a better phase or a pilot or like a test, so that's the ideation phase that the product manager starts from. Once it's an idea, the product management phase has started. Then we have the development phase. That's where the PM is actively being the voice of the customer and is working with the BA. So the BA is the one writing the requirements. And what happens is the PM is translating those requirements into user stories, right? So we can just write out all the requirements. Oh, we want this feature, we need this, we need that. If we have a product manager or a product owner, they would be more involved in now managing the backlog. But we have agile BAs who actually do the same thing. So the the PM is involved in the development, more involved. Sometimes it can be a bit more technical, involved in the testing, all of that. And the BA is supporting the PM during development. Now, once that product has, is going into the market, the PM has go-to-market strategy, marketing strategy, pricing, all of that. We're not involved in that. We're not involved in that, like your go-to-market strategy, your pricing, your penetration, all of that competition analysis. We're not involved in that. That is what the PM does. And the PM is focused on growing that product in the market, adoption rates and things like that. But we're there to support in terms of, okay, is there some maybe new features need to be added? Is there like Are there going to be new user stories in the backlogs? Do you need more requirements? So we're there to support there. But in terms of like actually delivering that product into the market, that's not what we do as BAs. But we're there to ensure, okay, are we getting ROI on this? Okay, good, great, right? Where do you need help? Where do you need support? But the PM is focused on, delivering my product to the
Mm-hmm.
market and all of that. So that's the difference between a PM and, the growth phases of the product as the product grows in the market till we choose to retire that product. That's the whole life cycle of PM. And the product manager, has like mini projects, which are the iterations in between. So there's still some project management going on in product management. So that's why there's, kind of
Mm-hmm.
like those overlaps in there. But we are not involved in that go-to-market strategy, all of that. No.
Gotcha. So yeah, and it seemed that in different companies, this role might
Mhm.
be shaped like differently. Like some companies do have project management managers. Some companies don't have project managers, and like especially startups, is
Mhm.
usually product
Yeah.
managers do all that work. And that remind me
Yeah.
actually the third role, program manager. What do you know? What do you think
Mm.
about them? It seems that
Yeah. So
like program manager is something between project and product manager. It's probably like
exactly.
super similar to BA role. Like, so tell me about that.
Yeah. So the program manager role is sort of a higher role of, higher is a step up from being a project or a product manager. And you're basically overseeing multiple projects within like a say for
Umbrella,
example, we
yeah.
an umbrella, right? So say for
Yeah.
example, maybe we work with Amazon and we're maybe on the Amazon Alexa team, right? We'll have multiple products or projects going on. So as a program manager, everything that has to do with Amazon Alexa, for example, are under kind of like my umbrella, and I have to oversee all the products and projects going on, during within that team. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So in here, I actually want to ask about companies because I think not, as I mentioned before, not I think not all companies have BA. So which companies are actually hiring BAs and
Mm.
how I can find these jobs?
Yeah, that's a good question. So in terms of BAs work in every industry. Like I've worked in construction, FMCG,
Mm-hmm.
banking, IT. But the top industries that you would see BAs working in are one, banking, finance, and insurance. Always hiring business analysts, healthcare, IT, the government, retail, manufacturing, oil and gas, energy industries. We see a lot of BAs working there. And then of course, like e-commerce retail. So those are some really top industries. And then right now, as at right now that we are speaking, when we look at where our students are getting more roles right now, we're seeing more one government, two
Mm-hmm.
healthcare, and three banking, finance, and insurance, and then four IT. Yeah.
Government, banking, and healthcare. It looks like it's
Yeah.
similar to tech industries because like you know about that like mass layoffs and like all that
Mm-hmm.
situation that going on with tech industry and but there are some industries that on the edge of uh technology and like
Mm-hmm.
non-technology areas like for example
Yeah.
healthcare. Yeah, they do
Health
have
tech.
some
Yeah.
yeah, they do have some technology part, but they have a lot of things
Yeah.
that not related to technology. And that's like on
Yeah.
this overlap, working talking about tech, I see this high demand. Healthcare, yeah, you're right.
Mm,
Healthcare, like I mean health
yeah.
tech, yeah.
Yeah.
Bank, like in fintech. And I'm personally working in at fintech and also government like government tax everything related to like technology any applications website related to governments like platforms
Mm,
etc so that's interesting. Okay,
yeah.
so and you what do you prefer like to work like technology more technical fields or non-technical?
So I've kind of worked on, on both sides, like technical, not non-technical. I wouldn't call myself like a technical person, but I have found myself working more on more technology focused based roles or technology focused projects than before. Like I've worked on cloud projects, I've worked on data
Mm-hmm.
migration, I've worked on, moving from on-premise to cloud. I've worked on, some that were cybersecurity focused. So I've just found myself doing all of those things. And that's what I love about business analysis is that tomorrow, you could be on a data project. Today, you could be on just an agile transformation project. Next
Mm-hmm.
time it could be cybersecurity. So, that's the fun part about being a business analyst.
Okay, so you don't need to tie to a specific industry, right? You just need to know
No,
this,
you
like,
don't.
yeah, your specific responsibilities and your like
Yeah.
methodology of BA, but you don't need to tie to specific like area, like domain. Yeah,
Yes.
perfect, perfect. Okay, so and where can I find this opportunity? Where is the best place to look for BA roles?
So LinkedIn jobs for sure, Indeed,
Mm-hmm.
Monster. And then another resource, of course, there's Dice, all the job boards you would definitely find. But, one area that people don't know is that the IIBA, that is the International Institute of Business Analysis, they have a career center on their website. So on the career center, there are jobs there, right? So you can log in there, create a profile, and actually search for jobs on the IIBA website. So that gives you curated jobs that are business analysis related roles outside of the regular job boards.
Perfect, perfect. I'll add the link to the description of this video so you can
Okay.
go there and find the job if you need that. Perfect. So let's go back to BA definition. So you already described a lot. I just want to maybe focus on specific like responsibilities of BA. What's the primary goal of business analyst and like three responsibilities, main responsibilities.
Sure. The first one is defining needs.
Mm-hmm.
Second is recommending solutions. And the third is delivering value to stakeholders. If I wanted to sum it up into top three, I would say those are the core things.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And defining needs like of the customers or the business, what's needs
The
need to be
defining
defined.
needs of the business. So when we talk
Mm-hmm.
about like right, there's business needs and then there's also stakeholder needs. So the business requirements
Mm-hmm.
could be the business wanted to, move from, Oracle to SAP today. That's a business need, right? But customer needs could be that, oh, okay, maybe customers want to be able to pay their taxes through the banking mobile app. So that's a customer need. So with all the needs, whether they're business needs, whether they're stakeholder needs, whether they're solution needs, maybe we need to upgrade from, 1.0 to 2.0. That's a solution need. So we look at all these needs, and that's what we do as business analysts. So we're very busy.
Mm, busy, busy. Like, how do you prioritize those needs? Like, let's say you have business needs, you have stakeholders needs, and you have your customer needs. What the most important for
That's
you?
we prioritize. So that's where prioritization comes in. So we have to highly, highly prioritize and say, and that's why as business analysts, we have the option um say yes, say no, right? So we can go ahead with a
Mm-hmm.
project right now. We can go ahead with a project, like start a project, new projects. We can upgrade what we have existing, or we can do nothing. So sometimes we say we don't have to do anything about this, and we prioritize on, okay, what are our company's goals for the year? Is this aligned
Mm-hmm.
for our goals or vision? We can look at the level of difficulty is going to take us a long time to deliver this. Then we move that to the end, move that down on our, priority list. We look at, the cost of implementation. So we use all those metrics for prioritization to determine what we actually get done at each point in time.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it reminds me product management because like we have a
Yeah.
business needs. Like for example, I work for the company and the company wants to make money. Like definitely, yeah, they need to make money
Yeah.
because yeah, they need to survive. On the other hand, we have customers who don't want to pay, yeah. And that's like you need to balance like how to charge your clients and like to not to screw them up and make their experience better. Maybe you need to add value to the product so your customers are more willing to pay for that, like etc. So and you cannot do like a lot of discounts because you don't want to damage your business model, like etc. So it's always a balance between like business
It
goals and your
is.
customer goal. Yeah, because it's probably like absolutely on a different
It is.
sites. Yeah, like business wants to make more money,
More
customers
money.
want to pay less. Yeah, like
Yes.
supply and demand. Yeah. I agree with you. It's super interesting. Yeah, and here is a A/B test plays a lot of roles, like a crucial role, like how like the test for like pricing, right? Like
Mhm.
when you do
Yeah.
like the test for create a different pricing for the same
Pricing.
product,
Yeah.
like and run the A/B test and see which price
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
brings more value finally for your business. Yeah, like a
Absolutely.
willingness to
And
pay.
that's what a
Yeah, and
PM is focused on. Yeah.
yeah,
Do we do a
yeah,
freemium
yeah,
model? Should we do free trial?
yeah,
Should we, this
yeah.
and that? So that's where the PMs do all the testing and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. So, what does a typical day for a business analyst look like?
Business analyst day, meetings,
Mhm.
meetings, meetings, lots of meetings.
Meetings. Okay, yeah, I agree. I
For
agree.
sure.
Like, what's
For sure.
the percentage of your
Um,
day you spend on calls?
Mm, yeah, we do spend a lot of time in meetings because we're talking to people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very collaborative role. So you need really good communication skills. And I know we'll talk about skills later, but just want to put that in there that you need really good communication skills because you're going to interview your stakeholders, you're going to have focus groups, you're going to do brainstorming sessions, you're going to have workshops too as well. So we all those different things require you most times you are facilitating, you prepare an agenda, you have your questions, you send to them, they are prepared for it. You put together some collaborative games you can use to make it more interesting. And then you use collaborative tools like Miro, as
Mm-hmm.
well, like Kahoot, like all those things too. So we use that as well to make our, sessions more fun, especially when they're virtual, right? So, these are things that we do to get requirements. And what we're doing is we're getting those requirements out of you, but we're trying to make it, in an easy, relaxed, fun way. So we do all of that. And then when we get all those requirements, we now go back to our computers and we start to document them. And then we start to differentiate the requirements. Okay, what is a must have? What is a nice to have? So we have what we call our functional requirements. What are the things that solution needs to function? It must have, of course, a login, username and password. It must have like all those basic things. What are the nice to haves? So we have those documented. We take everything from our stakeholders. We now, work on our business analysis documentation, our requirement documentation, and then we review that with our stakeholders. Once we get a sign off and approval, we send that over to our technical team. So at that point, we have now changed the documentation, which is just text on a Word doc or Confluence document. We have now created like a map or a model that we can send to our developers that they understand. So we're now working with them. So they start developing, and then we're meeting with the developers and all of that. And as they start to build, we're testing. So we create our test plan. Okay, user must be able to do this, must be able to do that, right? This is a function that must happen. When I click this button, what happens? So we write down
Mm-hmm.
all of those things because we know the requirements, and then we're testing with the developers. We're giving them feedback as they're building as well. And then, once we have built the solution to the standards of our users, we do our final testing and then we deliver. And after we deliver, that's where the post-implementation support comes. So we're still reviewing, testing all of that. So that's kind of like, what a typical day in the life. So depending on where your project is, the phase of your project depends on, what activities you'll be carrying out at that time.
Such a
Yeah.
busy day.
Yeah, it is.
And
Oh my
everything
God.
at the same
It's so
day. Yeah, like yeah.
yeah. And I
Yeah,
must
risk
say that we
meetings,
use a lot of
research,
data.
and, yeah, yeah.
We use a lot of data. So if we needed data, we would use SQL, query the database,
Mm-hmm.
track that data too as well. So we use SQL, put that on an Excel spreadsheet or create like a dashboard on Power BI, Tableau, and use that as well. So it depends on, what phase your project is in, but yeah, it is very busy.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, and coming to skills, like for example, I want to be a BA. So what
Mhm.
skills and like characteristic are essential for becoming a successful business analyst? And you already mentioned communication because the majority of
Yeah.
time you're on the meetings, communicating with other people
Mhm.
and stakeholders and like customers. And I
Mhm.
understand that probably like analytical skills is very important
Yeah.
because yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
Mm. Yeah. So first of all, communication. You gotta know how to communicate. Like you can't be in this role, whether it's project or product or business analyst, you gotta be able to communicate. So good verbal oral communication, written communication too as well. So people can understand what you're writing. And then problem solving skills. You gotta have those problem solving skills because problems will come at you every time and everyone is depending on you to solve those problems. So you got to be able to think on your feet. And that's where critical thinking and analytical skills come from. So being able to think critically, okay, and create those what if scenarios. Okay, what if, right? You're thinking out of the box. So that's really important that you have those skills. Business acumen. You need to know, how does a company make money? What are our cash cows? What are the products that we have to sell every day to, keep the lights on? What are our costs of acquiring customers? What are our costs of, doing business? So having business acumen also helps you because sometimes you're going to get some crazy requirements that cannot, that we cannot deliver or don't align with our goals. So having good business acumen is great. Knowing also how to work with people, interpersonal skills, very important. You're going to influence people. There's going to be some conflicts. How do you manage that? How do you facilitate your sessions in a way that people don't feel like, oh, she's telling us what to do, or so there's so many ways that those soft skills really help you in the role because your stakeholders have to like you. If they don't like you, you're gonna be so frustrated. I know Anna is going like this. You will be so frustrated. So these are soft skills you need to have, and even though you have all the technical skills, if you don't have those soft skills, you're gonna really struggle. You're gonna really struggle because it's a people role, right? And then in terms of like the technical skills, I definitely would say one, the Microsoft Office applications, Excel, PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, knowing that the whole Office suite, you need to know that. And then in terms of data, advanced Excel, SQL, and then a visualization tool like Tableau, for example, or Power BI. That's great. And then project management tools, whether it's Asana or ClickUp or Jira, Confluence, having those skills. There's no company you're working right now that doesn't have such tools. So you want to have knowledge of those tools. And then we have diagramming tools as well in terms of technologies we use. So Microsoft Visio, Draw.io, all of that. You have those skills so that you can draw out maps and models where needed. So those are some core skills. Now, some things I'm seeing right now in the market, those are core skills you need to have. But some other skills I'm seeing in terms of specialized skills are um, for example, cybersecurity, right? So cybersecurity, knowledge of cybersecurity, knowledge of AI. I'm seeing a lot of AI business analyst roles, AI product manager roles, cybersecurity business analyst roles, business data analyst roles, cloud business analyst roles. So, as you grow in your career, you're going to, develop more of these specializations and skills, and then you can, build more skills around there. But those ones are the core basics you need. And then as you grow, you're going to have those new specializations in those fields. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I see the same trends in product management. Then domain expertise matters a lot. So
Mm,
the deeper you know your domain, like the deeper you have your domain expertise, the better for you, the more chance you have to find a better, well-paid
mm,
job. So like, and I
mm.
see that AI product managers, API product managers, I don't know, cloud
Yeah,
product manager, infrastructure product managers, platform product
yeah,
management, like etc.
yeah,
Yeah, like fintech
yeah.
product management,
Hmm.
yeah.
We're
So
seeing more of
yeah.
that. I saw real estate business analyst, mortgage business analyst. I'm like retail business analyst, like being very specific about industries
Uh-huh.
right now.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. It's definitely a value proposition if you have this domain expertise,
Mm,
domain knowledge, you probably
mhm.
more willing to find a better job. So interesting. So
Yeah.
talking about like a negative characteristic, like who might not be a good fit for a BA role.
Mm.
And I think like yeah, definitely if you don't
Question.
wanna collaborate with people, yeah, if you hate people, right?
You're not
Like
a people person, you're not gonna do great as a business analyst because the truth is you're gonna build all this knowledge of technologies and
mhm,
tools
yeah.
and methods. Great. But if you can work with people, you can influence them to get them to do the work. If you can't communicate the vision to them in a way that you have their buy-in, they'll feel like, why do I need to leave my regular job description and come and help you? They feel like they're helping you on your project, so you have to know how to work with. If you don't have good interpersonal skills, you would struggle as a business analyst because you know how to identify the right people to work with and you can influence them to work with you. You build that trust with them, so that might be hard. Also, if you don't have great ethics too, if you're not the kind of person that you keep your mouth shut, because we sign a lot of NDAs. There are things I've built that I can't talk about. I can't mention the name of the companies or the software itself or while you're building it, so you need to have good ethics as well. Within this role, you're going to see a lot of things. I've worked on projects where I had access to thousands, millions of customer data because I was working on banking software projects, and it was like a merger of 5 banks together. So that was a crazy project. And as the lead BA, I had access to all of people's banking accounting information, but I'm not going to start looking at what people have in their bank accounts or, things like that, or, talk about it. So good ethics, important, people skills, time management and prioritization. You have to be able to manage your time because you're going to have all those meetings, you're going to have deliverables as well. So prioritize and manage your time. So those are like core skills that if you don't have those skills, you might struggle in this role.
Yeah, yeah. But I think that the most important, if you don't like working with people and you
With
don't like
people, that's
communicate
number
and
one.
you're like maybe like introverts and you're tired of like communicating with people, BA role is not for you, as well as like product management as
Part
well.
of,
So
yeah.
it's not the best role for you. You'd rather go to be, I don't know, like a software engineer,
Software,
like to
yeah.
yeah to be silent the most of your time at work, yeah, and doing like a really great job deep thinking, yeah, so but not communicating and being on the meeting all the time. So
Yeah.
perfect. So let's talk about education. What are the typical education and or certification requirements for becoming a business analyst?
Yeah, so in terms of education, basically any degree that you have, at least a basic bachelor's degree, there are some industries or companies that you can get in with like a diploma, but most companies ask for at least a degree, so they don't really mind like what degree you have, as long as you have like
Mm-hmm.
a bachelor, that's good. Certifications. So you can get a job without certifications, but we all know that certifications definitely add and boost your profile. They kind of validate your experience. So for certifications, the business analysis certifications, there are 3 core certifications for business analysis from the IIBA, which is the International Institute of Business
Mm-hmm.
Analysis. The first level is entry level ECBA. So that's for people with 0 to 1 year of work experience. They have an entry level. There is the CCBA, which is the capability level. People with 2 to 3 years of work experience can take that certification. And then there is the professional level. So the CBAP, which is the BA professional level. If you
Mm-hmm.
have 5 years more of experience, you can take the CBAP. So, and that experience just means, doesn't mean that you needed to have a title of BA, but if you did relevant BA work experience, then you can leverage that to take the certification. So those are the three core certifications. And then outside of that, we have product ownership certifications, Scrum certifications, data certifications, cybersecurity certifications, that you can agile certifications that you can take on. And the more specializations that you have and certifications, the more, opportunities you open up, and of course, increasing your earning potential.
Interesting. So, and you said the website IIBA, right? The same like you
I
mentioned
yes,
for job
the
search, right?
careers.
The same
IIB,
website. IIB. Okay,
yes.
perfect, perfect. And I'll definitely add this link to the description of this website. So, and like, do you understand correctly that certification is not required, but is definitely beneficial to
Yes.
be. Okay, okay.
Yes.
Probably the same as product managers.
Product. Mhm.
Um, there is
Yeah.
no required certification to be a product manager, but if you have
Okay.
a good education, I don't know, computer science degree like PhD or MBA, it's definitely
Mhm.
a big plus for that. Or
Plus,
if you
yeah.
have, I don't know, like any computer science like certifications, maybe AI. I don't
Mhm.
believe in courses like boot camps for product managers. Like there is some good courses like Reforge, for example, but it's not an advantage. It's kind of like for you to structure your knowledge. It's good
Okay.
for
Yeah.
yourself, but it's not
Mhm.
that your employers will ask. So if
You
you
ask.
pass this course and you come to your employer said, okay, I have like Reforge course, like give me a better job. He probably said, no, I'm sorry. I need like delivery, like deliverables. Yeah, I need you to make
Actual
things done.
product.
Show me your
Yeah.
results. Yeah, show me your
Show
results,
me.
not your certificates. Yeah, but definitely if you have this, it's not bad. It's probably show you as a person who focusing on your career development, self-development,
Yeah.
curiosity, like
Um,
etc. So
yeah.
perfect. So let's talk about transition because I know that for product management roles, there are some roles it's like to have transition from. Like for example, if you are a marketing manager, you can have this transition to PM if you work closely with PM, or software engineer if you want to be more communicative and talk to people and think about business needs. You probably can have this transition to PM. So, how about
Yeah.
BA? What are the best roles to transition from to become a BA?
So within business analysis, right, we have the technology focus and the business focus. So anyone who has, business degree or business experience, um, I have seen that, there is no one role, but I find people who have like good business knowledge or degrees, or have worked in business focused roles where they're focused on driving the sales, increasing the profits, improving processes, working with customers. I find that they find it easier to get into business analysis because they're literally doing the same thing. And then people who have been like engineers working on technical documentation, doing technical analysis, engineers, and analysts and designers, I find that they are able to get into technical BA roles, system analyst roles easier, as well. But the good thing about business analysis is that, you can leverage your domain, like we said before, like you said, marketing. There's actually
Mm-hmm.
marketing business analyst. If you've worked in customer experience, there is CRM business analyst, right? There's customer experience analyst that you can leverage. So you can also tie it back there. And then depending on the level you work at, so say you've been working in the strategic level, so you can be a strategy analyst, right? You can focus on corporate strategy, customer strategy. So there's that. If you've worked in operations, kind of like day-to-day sales, customer service, all of that, there's operations analyst as well. There's supply chain logistics analyst. So there's sales operations analyst. So, really interesting areas. And then the tactical level. So you've worked in HR all your life, you've been an HR manager, you can be an HR business analyst where you're
Mm-hmm.
focused on implementing HR systems, upgrading the current technologies they have, evaluating all of that. So, same thing with finance, same thing with sales, same thing with different business units. So it's so interesting how, you can still find that alignment based on your experience or your education.
That's super interesting, and I see that a like wide
No.
range of jobs can be
Yeah.
tied to like BA, like, and if
Can I
you
can I
really
blow
tie,
your mind?
yeah,
Can I blow your mind,
yes,
Anna? There are over 800 job titles for business analysts, getting closer to 1,000 right now.
800 jobs titles. Oh god
Yeah.
damn,
As at 2022, it was 800 plus. Yeah.
800.
Yeah, it's becoming
So
over 1,000 right now because of all the different specializations and domains that you can tap into. So for Salesforce, you can be a Salesforce business analyst. There's even a certification for that. Same thing with ServiceNow, right? Same thing with SAP and Oracle and Microsoft Dynamics. So there's so many, variations as to how you can, channel yourself into this industry without having to get another degree or anything like that. So it's amazing.
yeah, and it leads me to the next question. How in demand are business analysts right now?
Ooh. Business analysts are really, really in demand because every company needs a business analyst to help them with, asking the right questions, making sure we're delivering the value, analyzing everything at every point in time. So there is a huge demand for business analysts. In fact, according to the I think it was the Bureau for Labor Statistics in the US. I have the stats somewhere here on my phone because I was teaching that earlier today. In terms of demand for business analysts, there is a statistics that by 2030, the percentage increase would be, I think it's 20. I want to give the right percentage, but I think it's about 20%. Let me see. So it says 25%. So it says the demand is expected to grow by 25% by 2030. And then for data and AI roles, the demand is expected to grow annually by 41%.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
for salaries, the average BA salary in the US is around $81,000 to over 100,000. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
that's actually my question, like about like typical salary range, but you
salary.
say like 81, 81,000
Yeah,
an
yeah,
average,
81 to 120. Yeah, 81 to 127 is
one
regular.
127. Okay. So let's talk about six-digit salary. I think that it's like more
Yeah,
interesting. Like
yeah.
so I don't want 8100, so I wanna like more. Yeah. What's the like how to be exceptional BA, and like how can I have this six-figure salary?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm all about six figures because I was able to break into that six-figure role as quickly as possible. And we've helped our students at the business analysis school to do that even faster. So for the six-figure roles, one is experience. You're going to tap into the experience you have. You need to have at least
How many years?
five plus
Five
five plus
plus
years of
years. Okay. So it's
five
not
plus
that
years of
I
experience.
get a certification and have six figures salary. No. So like
With
for
no experience.
there is no experience.
No.
No. Okay. Okay.
You
I'm
know, you need to
sad.
have
I'm
have
sad. Okay.
experience to get into that into that job bracket. So with our students, if you have 5+ years of experience, we can help
Mm-hmm.
you with that, and then the skills you have. So we talked about those soft skills and those hard skills. So having those soft skills definitely positions you for that, and then the hard skills. So making sure you have like the in-demand skills, data skills, process mapping skills, product management skills, agile, Scrum and all of that, gives you that boost into the six-figure mark. For me, having advanced agile, Scrum and data skills helped me get a six-figure job faster in a lead role. as soon as I could. And then thirdly, I would say having some relevant certifications might also help. We've seen students who didn't have certifications, but that can be a good boost. So get some relevant certifications, Scrum, SAFe, business analysis, certification, Six Sigma certification. Getting those certifications could help as well to get you into that six-figure bracket. And then
Perfect, perfect.
negotiations, you got to negotiate your salary, because a lot of times, yeah, a lot of times, you have to advocate for yourself. We had a student recently, she got an offer and they were like, oh, it's a unionized role, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you can absolutely negotiate a unionized role. It doesn't really matter. So negotiate, advocate for yourself, do your research, know what, the industry averages are, and based on your experience, what you could earn, ask those questions, and then of course, ask for the highest level of that band if there is one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I always recommend my folks to just like ask, like negotiate.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, the worst
Mhm.
they can do is like to reject you. Like that's it. Yeah,
Mhm.
but you might have
Yeah.
more. Yeah, it's a chance for you to negotiate more, to have a little bit more salary,
Mhm.
or even like bit more salary. I don't know. So yeah, so
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, definitely
We've helped people go
beneficial.
from 80 to 110,
Yeah,
120 just
yeah,
by asking. We've helped
yeah.
people go from 2 weeks of vacation to 3 weeks, 4 weeks of vacation, signing bonus from 10K to 25 to 30. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't ask, you won't get. There's always a budget. So try and push it further. You never get the first, you never get the best offer, at the beginning.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. So don't be afraid to ask. Yeah.
No.
Um. Yeah. So what are the key elements of a strong business analyst resume?
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
one. So strong business analyst resume, first portion is your summary, right? Have a strong summary of
Mm-hmm.
who you are, industry experience you have, and the core skills that you have. So that should be the top of your resume. After that, skill section. I want to see the core skills, your soft skills, your hard skills, technologies, put that in there. After that, I want to see your experience section, the next third section. Please focus on core achievements with the metrics, right? If you worked on a project or 2 or 3 projects, focus on those projects. You worked on an implementation project. Okay, what was the end result? Were you able to increase efficiency by 30%? Were you able to increase productivity? Were you able to increase revenue? Were you able to reduce lead time? So, or reduce wait time? Give me the numbers, percentages, dollars, size of the team, budget on the project. That makes me to see, oh, you've worked on large projects. It was a multi-million-dollar project. Fantastic, right? So I want to see those numbers. So focus on the metrics and achievements. Don't give me, oh, I write requirements, I photocopy the paper, I do this. No, I don't want that. That's experience. Finally, at the bottom, you can put in education. So BSc, MBA, PhD, and then other maybe volunteering, that's fine. But those are the core things I want to see on your resume every time.
100% agree with you.
Spot
So
on.
that's teaching my students, don't put
Yes.
processes in your resume. I'm writing requirements is not your achievement. So you need to make
Mhm.
things done.
Yeah.
Please add something that you've done and add metrics,
Mm.
add numbers to be specific, to
Mhm.
show that you're goal
Yeah.
oriented, result oriented person, not just the
Yeah.
processes. You are not paid for sitting
Exactly.
and writing requirements. No, that's not your business
Writing
want
user
from you.
stories.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
Your
want to know how
business.
many user stories you wrote. No, how many
Oh,
users do you, how many downloads on your app? We're able to onboard 10,000 users during on our launch day. Fantastic, So those are things that excite me as a hiring manager.
yes. Do that. Yeah. Okay. So my last question. So what else you can recommend for people who interested in pursuing a business analyst career, like whether they're starting out or searching for a job? Like,
Mm. Yeah, okay, that's a good one. So I want people to not be discouraged. A lot of the jobs you see out there would, the truth is they can be so bogus, they can be so like overwhelming. Even sometimes I see this job description, I'm like, really? So don't let that, put you out. If you know that you can do most of those things, you've gotten the training, you have the skills and experience, apply, right? Apply. You would get in there and realize a lot of times it was just some HR person that just put together something from the internet. And during the interview, you're going to even learn more and realize, do they really need all the skills? So apply. And then know that within business analysis, there are entry-level opportunities. In fact, 25% of BAs have 0 to 2 years of experience. 23% of BAs have 6 to 10 years of experience. So don't don't 3 to 6 years of experience. So don't ever feel like, oh, I'm not qualified. No, you can start from, there's entry level, there's intermediate level, there's the senior level. Get this training you need, learn those tools because you're going to use them at work, build your skills wherever you are right now, build those skills, get your resume done, get it done well, hire a career coach to help you, review your resume, LinkedIn profile. There's a lot of opportunities on LinkedIn if you have a great profile. Prepare for interviews. You have to speak like a BA, know the terminologies, and that's where learning comes in, right? So if you're going to take a course, do it. If you're going to work with a coach to do that, do it. Attend seminars and conferences and webinars and all of that. And then find a community, right? Find a community of people who are just like you, who can help you, achieve those goals, who are trying to do the same thing like you. That would really help you with your career aspirations. And then don't stop learning. So even if you get into that role, don't stop. It's very dynamic role. It's a very dynamic role. So you will always see new specializations, new areas, things coming up. So keep improving yourself, keep learning, and beyond the sky is your limit. And of course, if you have needs, you need that help and support, the Business Analysis School is here to help you.
Yeah, if you need to learn more, definitely go to, what's your website? Business. Yeah, go to like find Eno Eka on LinkedIn and
LinkedIn.
yeah,
I love
contact
LinkedIn.
her. I'll
I use
share all
LinkedIn.
your contact information on the description of this video. So Eno, thank you so much for such an interesting conversation. I bet you encourage a lot of people today to start
Yeah.
their career as a business analyst or maybe have like
Yeah.
transition. So and it was super informative and I bet like people right now have a more clear understanding what the role is. So I'm confident that this
Yeah.
interview will help many people to make informed decision about their career path in technology or
Yeah.
outside of technology. So if you
Yeah.
are interested in learning more about business analysis profession, be sure to subscribe to Anna on LinkedIn and visit her
Yeah.
website. So I'll include all links
Yeah.
to the description of this video. So if you need to
Yes. And
improve your, yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to add that I do have a book called The Six-Figure Business Analyst. And basically, in that book, I share the 12 steps to making a career transition into business analysis. It's on Amazon, it's on my website. And that can be a good starter for anyone who, is curious. So that's a great place for you to start. So make sure you check out Six-Figure Business Analyst book. It's a great book that gives you 12 simple steps to get started. So everything will
Perfect.
be in the description. So get
Yeah.
access to.
Please share all your links, and I will add to the description of this video.
Yeah.
Perfect. And if you need to improve your resume, LinkedIn profile, or prepare for product management interview with American companies, or like simply learn secrets on job search in the US, please visit my website ananaumova.com and schedule a call with me. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and share this video with your friends on or in social media, so like more people can learn about business analysis. So yeah, please of course subscribe to my channel to be informed about job search in the US for immigrants in tech.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Anna, again for such an interesting conversation.
Yes,
And
thank you.
good luck with your school.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Anna. This was a great conversation. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.